Delta Day. That's all it was. Yes, it was the 3rd of June. Welcome, everybody. For those of you that didn't catch that reference, that was the 3rd of June, which is today, another sleepy, dusty Delta Day. Do you know what that's referencing?
I have no clue.
No clue? There is a song called The Ode to Billy Joe by Bobby Gentry. The day that
That
Billy
was what
Joe
you guys were talking about, Tallahatchie Bridge, and
the day that Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. That is today. I was actually watching the Ode to Billy Joe before we got started this evening. I still haven't finished it yet. It's because I've been watching it in chunks just because something will happen and I'll have to run off and leave it alone. And I was hoping to finish it before the show started, but we're not here to talk about Bobby Gentry. We're not here to talk about Billy Joe. We are here. It's MCU Mondays. We are here to talk about the MCU and all things great and powerful about that. I am your host, David. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're glad you're with us this evening. Also with me tonight, as she always is my co-host, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
I'm good. I had a pleasant surprise this weekend. Netflix dropped Godzilla -1.
Oh, really? I didn't. Oh,
Yes,
now,
I was
thanks.
so excited.
Thanks. Now I got something else I got to watch.
I had seen it in theaters, but I don't know. Somebody screwed up on their website because it said one time, had a set time on the website, and then when I got there and I was buying the ticket, the guy said, "Well, it's already started," and I was like, "Huh?"
Oh,
He goes, "Yeah, you're about 20 minutes late or whatever." And I was like, "That's not what your website said." So anyways, I went ahead and watched the movie, even though I'd missed the first 20 minutes.
well, the first 20 minutes of a movie is usually the you might have missed like 5 minutes of the movie versus
No,
because
it was
the
literally
previews.
20 minutes of the movie.
Oh, that
I
sucks.
missed all the first Godzilla encounter. I didn't get there, or I didn't get in until the girl who was the thief, and she kind of pushed the baby off onto that guy.
Yeah.
That was about 15, 20 minutes into the movie. So Saturday when it dropped, I was like, holy hell, now I get to watch it and know what the heck was going on. So yeah, it was good. It was good. Still a fantastic movie. Second time around.
Well, now I've got to watch it. Oh, well, good for you. You had a great weekend. I had a crap weekend because I had to work all weekend long. I was on call this weekend. So, yeah, I know.
Well,
sucks.
My car, I rolled down my window to get money out of the ATM machine on Friday after work. And then it wouldn't go back up.
Oh.
And
now is it one of the old fashioned ones?
No, my car's not that old.
Well,
no, it's a electric window, but yeah, so I called around. I found one place that was open, but of course they were getting ready to close. I said, "Well, are you going to be there Saturday?" He goes, "No." He goes, "There's nothing open in this town on Saturdays." So I had to call my coworker to meet me at the car place this morning to get it fixed. Jeez.
Did it rain? That would have sucked.
No, I have a garage.
Oh, all right.
But I was supposed to go meet up with some former co-workers that I used to work with in another town on Friday. But I was like, I can't. I'm too paranoid. I couldn't have sat in a restaurant for 2 or 3 hours and with my window down. I mean, it's an old car, nothing to steal out of it, but
you should have taken your son's car.
Well, he was at work. He works second shift.
Well, never mind then.
Yeah. So I would have my anxiety level. Holy hell, Cat.
Did she just fall or did she jump on you?
Her fat ass just fell. So I couldn't go to the dinner thing. I was disappointed because I hadn't seen him for a while, but so Godzilla -1 kind of made up for that.
That's cool. That's good. I didn't, like I said, I didn't do much. I worked all weekend long. I watched Richard Simmons. How about that? You don't do your sweating to the oldies?
No,
Oh,
honey, I don't work out. That's why I'm chunky.
I try to get my sweating into the oldies in. Oh Lord.
Oh,
All right. Well, we are here. Let's get this show on the road. We are anxiously awaiting Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine, or Wolverine and Deadpool. Um, and until that time, we're going to go back to Daredevil, another D. So we left off with Daredevil in season 2, episode 2.
3.
So episode 3 is this episode 4? We're talking New
No,
York.
this is episode 3. I'm sorry.
This is episode 3. Yeah. So this is what we're talking about tonight. New York's finest. I meant to, but I didn't go back and watch episode 2 just so I could remember exactly where we were, because I couldn't remember where we were. But it wasn't too bad. But you know what? Before we start talking about that, I think we need to run our intro. How about that? Oh, I just thought about it. Do I even have the intro here? Oh,
We're so prepared on this show.
I
Can
know.
you tell?
Hey, here we go. Here we go. I think I got it. I got it. If we don't, we'll just deal with what we got, and then I'll put it back on.
Gonna have to put the new logo up on that.
I'm gonna have to put the new logo up, and I got to change the credits to Andrew. Will be here a little bit later. He's running a little behind this evening, so Andrew will be here,
And he's no longer a special guest.
and he's no longer a special guest. I know.
He's part of the crew, the
He's-
family.
Yeah. So we will get him on when we get him on. He will be here shortly. But anyway, Daredevil, New York's finest. This is this episode kind of,
It's very talky.
it's a lot of talking until the very end.
Mhm.
And then the very end was like 15 minutes of
Another great hallway scene
well, and
with
you know,
stairs.
it was a hallway scene with stairs. And what makes those so good is when he got to from the time the fight actually started to the time he started going down the stairs, it was all one cut. There was no cutaway. And that was a good 8 to 10 minutes of him just beating the crap out of these guys. And again, it not cutting away. They didn't break the scene, nothing. It was just straight. It was like the camera was circling them as they were fighting.
Mhm.
It's I think they call it a no cut scene, and it was like the scene. I think the one that was really famous was in Goodfellas when Henry takes what's her name out to dinner, and they go in through the kitchen and they go on up to the thing and they set the table up, and that's like one of the that kind of started the trend, the one shot takes. So again, a one shot take all the way till he got down to the bottom of the stairs, and then all of a sudden there's like 3 or 4 more guys, and he does the whole let's do this, and all because he had Frank chained up. Was he chained up in the elevator?
No, he just knocked the crap out of him and threw him in the elevator. He didn't have him chained up.
Okay. So, but before all of this, a lot of talky. We've got Foggy looking for Matt. Can't find him anywhere. Goes to Rosario Dawson, who's in this episode quite a bit, which she's great. We love her. But it goes to her and is basically like, use your powers, use the powers that you have to find Matt, find out where he is, see if he's in the hospital somewhere. And in the meantime, they've got two guys attempting to kill each other in the emergency room. And basically, Foggy talks them down, and it was hilarious.
He uses his special powers.
He has his special powers. And all I'm reminded, I watched one of the Ace Ventura movies the first Ace Ventura movie not too awful long ago, when he goes to, I'm looking for Ray Finkel, and then Dad sticks the gun in his face and a clean pair of pants. It's just like, that was probably Foggy. He's like, yeah, I do this all the time. Do you have some clean pants? So, I don't want to say it's out of character for him, because he's growing more into that character. And we saw it a lot when he infiltrated the biker gang initially. You know, he was talking about, oh, I know such and such guy, and I can do this and that, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, he put on the tough guy persona, even though you kind of sort of know he's not really the tough guy.
Yeah, I mean, you can fake it and still be, crap in your pants. I mean, as y'all know, I get anxiety, but when I have to deal with patients or whatever, then I fake it until I can get back to my office, and then I'm just like,
or every Monday or Thursday night when she has to deal with me. So
yeah, this is true.
Just saying. Just saying. So anyway, and then you've got this scene with Matt and Frank, where they're kind of talking. It's kind of the Batman Superman. You see it all the time in superhero movies. It's like, well, I'm a vigilante, but you shouldn't be doing what you're doing because you're bad. You do bad things. Well, yeah, but you're out here doing the same thing. What do? You beat them up, and I kill them. I make sure they don't get up. I think was what you beat them up, and I make sure they don't get up.
Yeah, Frank's logic was, yeah, you may put them in jail, but a week, a month, or whatever, a day, they're right back out there doing exactly what they were doing before. So what you're doing isn't really helping.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, Batman's the same way. I look at Batman and I'm like, would quit throwing these idiots into the asylum. One, they get out of the asylum all the friggin' time.
They're always escaping.
They're always escaping. Something's wrong.
Take your money and do some upgrades in the asylum.
But then, too, I'm like, quit sending them to the asylum. You're not going to fix these guys. They need the chair. Kill them. Give them the chair. Give them the needle. Give them the gas. Something. Put them out of everybody's misery. Quit trying to fix them. Batman should be... Actually, vigilantes in general should be of the mind of, I'm going to catch the criminals so that they can legally be killed. We can legally kill them and get them off of the streets, versus, well, we're going to try and reform them and fix them and make them.
But a lot of the times, as with the case in we've seen it several times in Daredevil, where the cops are crooked, the lawyers are crooked, and they're all being paid off by Fisk or some other entity.
And I know you don't like to talk about her, but Karen's fighting off the DA at this, or is it the DA or the assistant DA?
No, Reyes is the DA.
The DA,
and then I think I didn't catch that guy's name.
Yeah, but she threatened him too. That was hilarious.
She brought the receipts.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, did you not notice that everybody got punished or whatever except for her? She got promoted, and you don't think she's going to do it again?
Yep. Oh, hey.
Oh, it's Andrew.
Hey.
About time. 20 minutes late.
A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Okay, Gandalf. Gandalfador.
I need the beard.
All right, Gandalf, go back to Hufflepuff in Hogwarts.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah, I went there.
See, you offended him.
No.
Hasn't even been on for
Hasn't
2
even been on a
minutes and you
minute.
offended him.
It's like that time Gandalf got on the Enterprise and got in a fight with a Cylon while they were flying through the Death Star. And then Ultron showed up.
Is spotty. Oh,
That's about everything. They were all going to Hufflepuff to have some butterbeer. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
So, Daredevil. Where are you
Daredevil.
guys in the episode?
We're all over the
Yeah.
place, as per usual.
How's Karen?
She wasn't bad in this episode.
No, she wasn't.
She did good in this episode.
Yeah, she didn't cause trouble in it. Well, she kind of caused trouble because she opened her big fat mouth, but I think it was appropriate that she did that.
She opened her big fat mouth too to reconcile the trouble with the receipts, like you were saying. So
well, yeah, but when she went off on Reyes, I think she's poking the wrong bear there. And I think Foggy was trying to tell her that, but of course, in typical Karen fashion, she's blaming him. Well, why didn't you,
is it ironic
why did you stand up for me?
Is it ironic that her name is Karen and you keep looking at her in
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, I keep thinking that. I'm like, because I listen to a lot. There's a podcast I listen to. It's a Reddit podcast. It's Am I the Jerk? And a lot of the things that they talk about are, issues and dealings with Karens. And if you don't know what a Karen is, just look it up. You'll figure it out. Mom, they're talking about you.
No, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, it is. That's called
Is her name Karen?
No.
Is her name Karen?
No.
Oh,
okay. Because I was gonna feel bad.
No.
I'd be like, sorry, Mom.
I would have laughed. I would have laughed and said, "Oh,
I should have said yes."
Oh, sweet Iris, you once again rear your ugly head.
Oh, well, I'm always getting in trouble one way or the other. So
it wasn't you. That was me. Don't take the fall for me. I'll jump on the grenade. That's mine. Yeah. That's all me. Anyway.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I every time you say Karen and you make that face, I'm just like, Karen.
Well, she just, she does dumb things, or she's trying to do the right thing, but it ends up getting people killed. And it's just like, oh my God, shut your mouth. Oh God, the journalist.
Yeah.
He kept telling her time and time again, back off, let me handle it my way. No, what does she do? She gets him killed. Dumbass.
Yeah. Does stuff to sort of not necessarily benefit her, but it's how she wants to do it, so that's how you're going to do it,
She is very much of the mind of, here's how we need to do it, instead of listening to the people that know how to do it. That's the thing. You've got people around you that know how to do things. You might want to listen to them because they've done this before.
I don't know if she just thinks she's a know-it-all, or I don't know, maybe she's a bit of a narcissist where she just thinks her way is the highway and she knows better, even though she don't know shit. I don't know. I just don't like her. And I'm
You might
talking
have-
about the
you-
character, not the actress.
You
About
might have
the
pegged,
actress.
you might have pegged it right there. That might have been it.
What? That she's a narcissist?
Mhm.
Maybe. Now that I'm thinking about it like that, yeah. I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Mhm.
So, anyway, but you've got Daredevil chained up on the roof. You've got Frank talking to him, and it's really funny because he's trying to appeal to Frank's humanity. Is that a good way to put it? Or he's trying to get into his head if anything. Oh, what did they do to you? Oh, I guess you're military. I mean, he's using a form of interrogation. He's trying to figure it out, and Frank knows exactly what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel confident calling him Frank because, one, I know that's his name, but two, that's what he called himself.
You're on a
so.
first name basis.
Well, for the whole
Got him
first
on
season,
speed dial.
for the whole first season of The Mandalorian, they called it Baby Yoda. And then it was like, no, it's not Baby Yoda, he's the child. And it was the child. And then we get into season 2 and it's, actually his name's Grogu. So now we've got a name to go with it. So it's not like he gave him a fake name and
And
it was a fake name. So
in the movie, it'll be actually he's Yoda Jr.
yeah, Yoda, yeah.
Yoda and Yaddle got it
yeah, I
on.
was gonna say had a little Actually, what they're not going to tell you is that Yoda is asexual and he reproduces as such. So he's like the Gremlins. He just kind of had a spore pop off of his back or something.
Life finds a way.
That's why he's got the hunched up back in Empire Strikes Back.
It's like Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
Life finds a way. Oh Lordy. But Frank catches. Okay, so their informant was set up to be bait for a trap for the DA in the last episode. Everything went to crap, of course. The informant fled, and he was trying to get out of town. And I guess Frank caught him. I didn't see that one coming because Karen was looking for him.
Well, he even called Karen and said, "Hey, I'm getting out of town because you guys are a bunch of liars." But it's like,
did Frank
so
leave?
when did Frank
do it?
catch him?
Exactly, and how?
Yeah,
because so far as we know, he didn't leave that roof with Matt.
I mean, I get he did knock out Matt at one point, so maybe when he knocked him out, somehow he knew where he was. I don't know.
I like the fact that he kept calling him Red. It reminded
And his little long johns and pajamas.
Yeah, I'm not running around here in the kids' pajamas.
That was great.
Even though in the comic book he kind of does. He kind of does. Well,
Punisher does.
In the original versions and iterations of the Punisher, yes, he was wearing the black spandex with the skull on the front.
Spandex.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll have to find a picture for you. So anyway, I used to have. Maybe I didn't have it. Maybe I just saw it once. First appearance of the Punisher. Maybe I didn't have it. Anyway, but then he taped the gun to Matt's hand. Was like, either you're gonna kill him or I'm gonna kill him. Where he's not getting off this roof alive, basically.
Or kill Frank.
Or kill Frank, exactly.
Yeah, he said you're either going to kill me or you're going to kill him. Make a choice. Screw that! I'm shooting the chains.
Yeah, and then And then he didn't even he only had one bullet in there. Because when he did get out and he was beating the crap out of those guys, he still had the gun taped to his hand. And he was fighting with the gun and the chain, because I think the chain was locked around him. And that's why he kept using it as like a whip and whatever else he was doing with it. But yeah, it was gosh, I can't even find anything.
Yeah, because he went to shoot it again, and of course, all it did was click, and he kind of chuckled.
It's like, huh? Because he only gave him one bullet, and I guess he was like, okay, you got one bullet, you're either gonna kill me or you're gonna kill him. So you're not gonna kill both of us, basically. I am trying, so help me. There we go. Hang on, I've got my Punisher image. I found one. Just gonna have to give me a minute to figure it out. Anyway. No, I don't want that. So what else happens? Him using the whip was really cool too. Well, I say the whip, the chain.
Yeah, because he used that in so many ways. He used it to take out the lights to give him a better advantage.
Right.
And then he was whipping around and using it on people and beating the crap out of everyone. Hell, he even used it on Frank. Right before
I was gonna say, didn't he use it to
yeah, he wrapped it around Frank's neck right after Frank shot off it wasn't a bullet, it was some kind of bullet bomb where it went off and exploded the motorcycles down there, because they were right across the street from the
from
dogs.
the biker bar.
Yeah.
It was great.
One thing I just thought of before I forget, it's a little bit earlier in the episode, but when Frank and Matt are talking on the roof, Frank tells Matt that just because Matt doesn't kill doesn't make him morally superior. And that kind of made me think about when people talk about Batman and Robin, how Batman has rules. He's got his no killing, rule. Joker has no rules,
right.
But they're often that's why they clash so well together, because that's really the only difference between them, if you think about it, is Batman has rules and Joker doesn't. And often, people go, is Batman right or is Joker right? So that just kind of made me think about that a little bit. Comparison right there.
There you go, Debbie. That was the first appearance of the Punisher. It's not a it won't let me download.
I can't imagine Brothenol.
You don't want him running around in black tights with them stylish white boots.
Yeah, I assume it'd probably be like the same material that Steve Rogers wore.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I don't know. It's not a good look for everybody.
You've got to think that all the superheroes back in the day, that's every one of them wore spandex. The color scheme was always different, and whether they wore gloves or not was always a factor, or what color their boots were. But they were all pretty much all the same. Like Spider-Man's boots were, they were all part of the same uniform, so he didn't really wear boots. Whereas Captain America wore the red pirate style boots. But they all still wore the same. Even Iron Man to some degree. If you look at some of the original, not the original Iron Mans, but some of like from the mid '80s all the way up to the mid '90s, even it was like his hands up to his elbows were iron, and then it was almost like right here on his arm was spandex, and then his legs were all in spandex except for his boots and his cod piece. What? That's what it's called.
It just caught me off guard. And
I can say cod piece.
And it always brings me back to an episode of Friends, because I'm like, how do they wear that all day long? Superheroes wear their spandex, because it brings me back to an episode of Friends.
Was it Ross in the leather pants?
Yes. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
You're sweating like a pig at a luau. And, of course, they're going to have to go potty at some point. How do they get the thing back on? It's just.
You do your business before, and then that way you just have to use the fly and let the.
Dr. Andrew. New segment called Dr. Andrew. I will explain how superheroes go to the bathroom.
Okay, go for it.
And there's a comic. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Oh,
I
thought you were going to go into some kind of cool thing.
I don't want to.
Cool little tirade.
I'm just saying, curious minds want to know.
I had something, but I don't want to go too far.
He explained it in Iron Man 2. A lot of people ask me how I go to the bathroom. Just like that.
Yeah, but he's got a lot more room in that suit.
This is almost like a spacesuit kind of thing. So.
Yeah, where everybody else is wearing skin tight spandex or leather or whatever it is they're wearing, and it's just like, women especially, what the hell? It's not like they got a little slot to whip it out and go like
I was
men can.
Say, because from someone who I have cosplayed Darth Vader before. Now, underneath everything else, Darth Vader has a black leather. Let me tell you something. That suit is hot. And if you're walking around in June or July in Texas, oh my gosh. I got to where I was just wearing like a pair of jogging shorts and a wife beater t-shirt, and I would come out and I'd be just like soaked because I was sweating so much. It was awful. But anyway, underneath my cod piece, right in the front there's in between the legs, there's a clip where I can unclip the cod piece and flip it up. And then there's a little zipper in between some of the seams in that black leather thing to where I can relieve myself if I need to. Now, if you have to go something else, that's what I'm saying. You either pinch that bad boy off or you do it before, because that's not how, because it zips up in the back. You can't get to it. It's not like I can just go zip. Okay, I'm going to slide this part down and it'll be. No, it doesn't do that. It's a chore getting in and out of that thing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like men's underwear where there's just a. Yeah. Maybe there's a hole.
Yeah.
Actually, with Tony's new armor, because Tony's new armor is all nanobots, right? So it's just like, get out of the way, get out of the way, clear out, make a hole.
I was trying to Google, but I couldn't find anything that made sense. It's probably the most random thing I've ever Googled.
It's not real life.
It's not real life. But you know what? All of that being said, that reminds me, if you've ever seen the movie Mallrats, if you haven't seen the movie Mallrats, go see the movie Mallrats, because it's hilarious. And it's Jason Lee, and he's talking with Stan Lee. Okay. But he's sitting there talking. He's like, "Oh my gosh, you're Stan Lee." It was Stan Lee being Stan Lee. But he says, "So Mr. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, is his whole body stretchy? I mean, even is it all stretchy too?" And then he's Then he says, what was it? It was, the Thing. His whole body is made out of rock. Does that mean his dork's made out of rock too? And it's like, and Stan Lee's talking later. He goes, he's very obsessed with superheroes' genitalia.
Well, I mean,
What about Hulk? He's a big green dude.
Yeah. Well, and now wait a minute.
Think of these things. I'm telling
Wait a
you.
minute. And now that was covered in Ragnarok because he said, "Oh, and there's a naked Hulk,"
Yeah.
and now I have it in my mind. So I have a funny feeling that Hulk is very well endowed. Yes, his body is not the only thing that's a Hulk.
Ooh.
Oh snap!
What about Ant-Man when he gets big?
Oh no, it
Yeah.
stays. It stays.
Jeez. It could be. It's taller than me.
I mean, I think it stays proportionate to his body.
But
Yeah.
still, he wouldn't be able to have sex with somebody,
Debbie-
a normal person, when he's that big.
Debbie's very uncomfortable.
I don't know. The boy was
Very
it season 3 of The Boys or season 2?
Oh.
Oh God, that was horrible. And the guy was snorting drugs, and then he sneezed.
It was great. That was a great scene. That was the very first episode too
Yeah,
of that season.
I think it was season 3.
My
I think
I
ears
think
are
it
being
was
poisoned.
because I was like, "Holy crap!"
I was like, "Holy crap!" Before that even happened, I was like, "What are they? Oh my God, what is he doing?" And then he sneezed. I'm like, ah!
Oh. Well, that's enough of the birds and the bees, folks.
Grown A Geeks
I've
is-
learned so much tonight.
That's we need to have we need to do MCU Mondays 18 have the 18 plus this will be the 18 plus show where we talk about silly things like this.
MCU After Dark.
Oh,
After dark. Come join our
yeah.
OnlyFans
I'll have to
page.
I'll have to be like this.
No,
Yeah.
you won't be like that. Your mom won't even
I'll have
let
to
you
be like
in.
this.
Your mama will say no. You cannot do that.
No,
It'll just be Debbie
I'll
and
tell
Dave.
mom I got. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, hey, look at that. They have a whole thread called you know, I don't know what's worse. The fact that you have a thread called After Dark or the fact that it's a gag after dark. Wow. Gag after dark. Okay. That could be taken so many ways.
Yeah, that's where my mind went. So
Good. I'm not the only one with a filthy mind.
oh, I was born in the gutter.
I'm gonna have to. That's on your? That's I'm gonna assume that's a Facebook page. Grown Ass Geeks is. Oh, I'm sorry. Grown A Geeks. Let's PG it.
We're way past that.
Friends of the show. They're on Facebook. Go check them out. And then if you're 18 plus, GAGE. After dark. We'll have a collaboration one day, and we'll do an OnlyFans spot, and we'll be great.
Although, you know what? In a little over a month, when we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, this could be half the conversation. We don't even know. You know, so
This is true.
We don't know where that's going to take us.
I mean,
Deadpool.
just a little preview.
Yeah, he's just full of little innuendos, and I love it.
In his endos.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh my.
Oh man.
oh Lord. So to continue on with the episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, we
See?
need to keep
Yeah.
talking about Dead Devil.
Dead Devil. He almost was Daredevil in this one.
Yeah.
Which you know, not that I don't mind the fight scenes, not that I don't mind the fight sequences, but many years ago, I was taking Taekwondo, and one of my instructors said that, and I've always looked at fights in movies like this, but they said if you know what you're doing and somebody picks a fight with you and you defend yourself like that, it's over in 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes, it's done, because you're going to know what you're doing. They are not going to know what you're doing, and they will be unconscious and on the floor before you even know it. So I watch fights like this and I'm like, these guys keep getting up. He's doing something wrong. He's not doing it right. They keep getting up.
And he's been trained in martial arts,
Yeah.
so I'm like,
he should be hitting them hard enough to where they're. It's what do they call
or do
it?
a Vulcan pinch nerve, you know?
the suspension of reality.
Yeah.
Well, and that actually works, because I mean you can look that up. There are people.
Some Cobra Kai stuff going on there.
Well, they're Marines that are doing it. They'll do it, and they hit just a certain spot on the neck, and there is a bundle of nerves right there, and they'll hit that spot, and the guy will just like stiffen and just fall over. I mean, like that, and he's out, and it's like, okay, why are we not doing that more? Then we don't have to beat the crap out of him. We just go, all right, he's down. Now what? Tie him up.
If only it were that easy.
And then we wouldn't get the great hallway scenes.
We wouldn't get the awesome fight sequences.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, it would be nice to see him do that.
Yeah. Hey, you got something on your neck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Although it would be like, well, never mind. But I don't want to chase another rabbit. I'm good.
But it's what we do.
So anyway, he gets free of the chain. What were your thoughts on the way Frank got rid of the neighbor, or was it the neighbor or the?
I think he was a landlord or the
building super or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared there for a second. I was like, "Oh, don't take out the old guy," because he had the gun pointing at the door.
I thought it was good. I mean, that's just, you find some kind of commonality with the person, make them laugh at it, and then all of a sudden they're on your side and they're going to leave you alone. That's kind of the way.
But he never once asked Frank about his screwed up face.
No.
That would have been my first question. Like, are you okay? Did somebody beat the shit out of you or what?
You got a little something. What happened?
Yeah. Exactly. So, well,
I don't have health insurance for this building.
I mean, honestly, too, if you see somebody like that in their face, are you going to sit as a person? Are you going to sit there and go, "Oh my God, what happened to you? You look horrible"?
I work in the medical field.
I wouldn't. I would just ignore it. I look past it. I'm like, if they want to tell me about it, they will tell me about it. But otherwise, it's none of my business.
I mean, I would just say, "Are you okay?" I wouldn't ask for, details, but, just to say, "Are you okay?" And if he says, to F off, I'm okay.
All right. Well, and even then, okay. I mean, you can, I cut myself shaving. That's what I would have said. Oh, that's a big cut.
Big razor.
I was using my katana. Anyway, so Frank gets knocked out. Daredevil's loose. He hauls Frank to the elevator, and of course, all the biker gang shows up to beat the crap out of whoever just blew up their motorcycles. And really, no, I think they only got like 2 or 3 of them. It's not like they got all of them.
Well, there's quite a few. I mean, not all of them, but there was quite a few that got it.
But anyway, then we get this long extended fight sequence of him beating the crap out of all the guys and then finally making it downstairs, and there's still 3 or 4 of them. Honestly, that big one, the one at the end, and he had him down. I honestly expected, because the elevator opened at that point, and I expected Frank to come out and punch the guy or hit the guy and save him, and then say, "Oh."
Frank was like, "Screw this." Boy in the red pajamas is on his own.
Yeah. Yep. And then we've got what was Karen looking at as far as those pictures go? I missed something there.
I missed something too, because I was like,
She was after something as far as those files go, and they gave them to her, and it was like, what does these have to do with anything?
but how did they
Wasn't
know?
she looking up something about Frank?
How'd she know who Frank was?
Right. She was
Daredevil didn't even know. So I'm like, did I miss something? Did I, take a nap? And
Well,
because that's happened.
Yep. Yes, we talked about that. No, mine was like when I watch the episode, I usually watch them on Sunday night. Sunday is my laundry day. That's when I do all my laundry. And so I'll watch them Sunday night. And there are times when I'm hanging clothes up in the closet. Now I'll go grab a bunch of hangers and put everything on the hanger while I'm watching it. But even still, I got to go put it in the closet. So I always miss, a minute or two. I can listen to it and I can hear it, but I didn't catch anything. And I'm like, where's all of this coming from?
Yeah, I don't know where she got Frank's X-ray either.
So
which was surprisingly like a skull with the on the stern.
She goes to Reyes and wants information. She wants protection for Nelson and Murdoch from Reyes, and Towers gives her a package and warns her against contacting him again. And she starts looking through files, and then she finds an X-ray of a skull. But she doesn't know that Frank is the Punisher. She's just trying to look up information on the Punisher, I think is what it was.
Or maybe that was their file. Maybe that's what they had on him. Maybe that's all the information that they had on him.
I just thought it was weird. I was like, where the hell did that come from? I mean, that just kind of came out of nowhere to me. Like I said, I might have.
And of course, we got
dozed off or something.
The Punisher skull, but it was an X-ray. It wasn't like it's like, oh, there's that's the skull. I know what that means.
But it was an unnecessarily large X-ray of the skull.
It really was, because I mean, my wife has my wife was in a car accident many, many years ago. She had 2 or 3 screws put into her back. She had a fusion and everything. But the X-ray that we got's like, it's a big and it's in a big envelope like that, because we still have it. It's downstairs, but it's in a big envelope like that. And so I was like, I knew what that was. I was like, oh, it's an X-ray. And then they pulled it out. And it's like all it was a skull. And I'm like, isn't that usually like the skull down to? Shouldn't that be like the head down to like mid body?
Yeah, the skull and part of the thoracic. Yeah, it was unusually large, because it's like, okay, even at a normal size, you can still see that bullet hole or the bullet.
Yeah.
So I just thought, thought it was weird.
You gotta have it like that, because you need to make it look like the Punisher skull, and it needs to look cool.
That's where he gets the idea.
And then you pull it out, and it goes, and they play the dramatic music, dun, 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 and then credits, roll credits.
Did you guys? Did we talk about flogging Claire at all?
Yes.
When Foggy was going to the hospital to see if. Okay.
I couldn't do that. When she told him, here, you need to, when I say squirt this, squirt that. Oh, no. No.
Oh, that stuff's great.
No, look, Debbie.
Debbie's like, that's a typical Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm doing that tomorrow.
Debbie,
All
I gotta.
he was doing was squirting. He wasn't even touching it.
Don't care.
Are you queasy when you get that close to something?
I can't even watch like shows like reality doctor shows like Dr. Pimple Popper. I can't even watch that without just like.
Oh man,
Ooh.
I love that stuff.
Stephanie said when Sam was born, I told Stephanie, I was like, I'm gonna be one of those dads that's gonna be in the waiting room passing out cigars, and once the baby's out and everything's cleaned up, I'll come in and see you. And she said, oh no, you're not. You're gonna be there with me. You're gonna be holding my hand and doing all of this. And I'm like, I ain't looking at it. I said, I cannot take that. I'm not looking at it. And so when he starts to come out, I'm up by her head and I'm holding her hand and her shoulder. And oh, you're doing fine. You're doing great, honey. I'm keeping my head forward while all this stuff's going on back over here. Now, my wife, she works in labor and delivery. She delivers babies all the time. Well, he's getting ready to come out and they wheel this mirror over there so that it's reflect. What are you doing? And her friend was one of the ones delivering, and she said she sees this all the time. She's going to watch her own. And I'm like, I don't want to see it. That's why I'm up here.
Oh, good Lord.
No.
David's like, did you get the memo?
Yeah.
So did you not cut the cord then?
I did. I
like that.
about like that. I'm not gonna lie. I was shaky. I did. But they brought it up. I'm still here. Everything's going on back here. They brought it over here and said, here, cut. Okay.
I love core. I could watch operations. I could watch autopsies. I would love to see an autopsy in person, but that's not gonna happen.
Now, see, but that's the thing.
Right, so I'm not going up to Indiana.
Yeah, no, right? But I don't know.
Don't die in Indiana of unnatural causes, or Debbie will open you up.
And I mean, even like watching a movie with that stuff in it or a TV show is usually it's okay because I'm like, I know that's fake. That's not real. Like if you're watching, what is it, ER or you know Grey's Anatomy or whatever, I'm like, it's I'm good with that. There's a little bit of censorship that happens there, and I'm fine with that. Can't make it too gross, you know.
Now, see where I used to work, the job before this job, we did workman's comp, so injuries. So when they got hurt at work, they would come in and we would determine whether it was something we could take care of or if they needed to go to the ER. It just depended. But one guy came in and he had a big old gash right here. And so the nurse practitioner, she was like, move your fingers, you know, to make sure.
Oh my God, I don't want to hear it. I already know what you're going to say.
You could see the tendons. It was awesome. You could just see him go, kind of like Luke, but it wasn't machinery. It was awesome.
I'm going to suck my chair up into my butt because the pucker factor is going on. I'm telling you. Okay, I worked for the county jail for our local sheriff here, and we had an inmate once that got bitten by a brown recluse, and so every week he had to go to the doctor and get it cleaned out. Well, I had to go with him once, and there was a hole. I'm not even kidding. That hole was this big, and it was like in his back, right below, and they were taking swabs in there, and they were swabbing that out. I'm like,
well.
Nope.
It's not quite with like injuries, but my dad works in the funeral home business, so
oh my God,
and he has to make some pretty intense. You would love to hear his stories because he has some pretty intense stories, and I'm like, how did you not pass out? He's like, it's work. I got to
I
do
need
it.
to come visit and
I'm like,
shadow your
"Oh."
dad.
I mean, yeah. I can tell you some stories, just not on air.
Stephanie
'Cause I don't
Stephanie
like
said
freaking
to me,
him
she
out.
goes, "You're going to be one of those dads," because she said we get dads that pass out all the time. She said you could probably going to be one of those dads that if you looked at it you'd pass out. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. I'm not going to lie. It's
Uh,
Gosh.
Anyway, did we miss anything, Debbie?
I don't think so.
All right. What have we got for shameless plugs this evening?
There is no Sith Dominion tomorrow night. I know me and probably quite a few of us will be watching the premiere of Acolyte. Wednesday we'll have episode of War of the Stars, and I think Through the Eyes of the Child. I think they're dropping those both at the same time. Thursday we'll be back and we'll be reviewing and going over the first 2 episodes of The Acolyte. Yay!
Yeah.
And then Saturday is Geek Gauntlet.
What?
I don't think they had a show last week, but normally, no, I didn't see any.
No, I think they did.
I was going to say I thought I saw a
They did.
notification that they were on. Maybe not.
On Saturday?
Maybe.
I didn't see anything.
I don't
And
know.
then we'll be
I've
back
slept
Monday.
since then.
So in case you didn't know, since there's no Sith Dominion tomorrow, we're gonna do we're gonna have a special treat for you. In case you didn't know, the Venom 3 trailer dropped today. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Today.
This morning.
This morning.
So yeah.
After we get
like
done
8
with
o'clock.
after we get done with the show tonight, we are going to be recording a react video to that. We're going to play the trailer, watch it, discuss it. Not a very long video, but we're going to record it, and it will be up on all of our socials tomorrow. I think that sounds good since we don't have anything going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yay! Andrew, you have anything shameless plug wise?
Oh. Yeah. Well, I'll Thursday I'll be on. I will be on time. I'll be on time.
Hope so.
And next
he
Monday.
says.
Otherwise, we cut off your pinky.
No, you wouldn't be
Fine.
able to
I'll
handle
just
that,
let my
Dave.
boss know that. I'll just have to let the boss know then.
Wait, the boss like you got a job, or the boss like your mom?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
You're working for your mom. Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's yes and no, for free, I guess. And then I'm reading the Living Force for the Red 5 Network Book Club. We just did chapters 21 through 30, so then now we're doing 31 through 40. And if you want to join, you just DM the Red 5 Reading Network on X, and Nicole will verify you're human and then shoot you a link, and then you'll be in. So, and Debbie, if you can speed read, you'll be right caught up in no time.
Oh, I can read fast. It's just that I only get a couple times throughout the day that I can watch or read.
Yeah, time is an issue.
Yeah.
So this Friday,
get the audiobook and listen to it on double speed.
Yeah.
Mm.
This Friday is Fan Expo in Dallas, and this Saturday, yours truly gets to go meet Tamora Morrison. I'm all kinds of excited about that. Get him to sign my Boba Fett action figure, along with Jeremy Bullock has signed it and Daniel Logan has signed it. So now I will have all the Boba Fetts have signed Boba Fett, and it's going to be great. I'm all kinds of excited about it. ridiculously excited. Is that a good word? So yes,
Sure.
it's gonna be a blast. So, also, I got in the mail today, which I don't have them up here with me, but I got my free prizes. So if you are in Dallas and you come to Fan Expo and you see me wandering around and you come up and you say the code word, which is, let's see, we did Scruffy Nerf Herder last time. What's a good one? Scum and villainy. Say the code word to me, scum and villainy, and I will have a lovely Lego treat for you. And I have many Lego treats this time. It's not just one, so I can see many people. I will be happy to give away free things, and if nobody comes and finds me on Sunday, I'm just going to give them out to random people. So
We got to end. Debbie's got a flight in the morning.
So I am excited about it. It's going to be a blast. It always is. I haven't even looked at the schedule yet. I'm sure it's up, but I haven't even looked to see what panels are going on. So I've been too excited about tomorrow. So I'm sure there will be a large Star Wars panel. We've got a lot of people from Mandalorian will be there, so it's gonna be fun. Well, other than that, don't forget to check us out on all the social medias: Facebook, Instagram, not Twitter, X, all of that stuff. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. I will be doing live streams from Fan Expo, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe so you know when we do go live. We will see all of you next week. And don't forget to check out our Venom React video up tomorrow. We will see you all next week right here on GNN.
Shit! Language. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language. I know. For gosh sake, watch your language. That's not going away anytime soon. You bet your ass.
Steve, you said a bad language word.
Did you tell everyone?
Out with the platinum bastard.
Steve doesn't like that kind of talk.
You know what, Romanoff? Fury, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, you kiss your